Hello, word detection people. Alright, so example 10 had used object files to do facial expressions, and it just snaps to the various object file. And now I'll show you my process for setting up blend shapes. Okay, using the same object files we had used before. So I'm going to hit stop, and this time I'm going to use the models we had generated for the head. And basically we had created the initial head pieces in Morphs and exported as OBJ files. I'm going to bring those into Modo and set up morph maps, which will turn into blend shapes later. So, okay, over in Modo, I need these object files. Okay, to set up blend shapes, I'm going to use Modo to convert these object files to a single FBX with all the morph maps, which will import as blend shapes. So, first thing, I'm going to drag and drop all these guys over. And it may browse for the material. So there we go. Okay. And this is opening up all the OBJ files. Here we go. And there's the head. Great. All right, so now I have all my OBJs imported, and I'm going to save the target now. So I need a new scene for the final output that I'm going to create, and I'll save that as an FBX. There we go, FBX. And he's actually going back over here. He's going to replace this head FBX. Okay, replace it. This will be the destination for all the files. Alright, now just need the head for each one to move into the FBX. And I wonder if I can just copy them. There we go. So that's the eye. Done with that guy. This is the idle. Okay. Idle. And this is our FBX export. Actually, this will be our morph maps. Morphs. Okay. So mortal, idle, the eye. And just move all these meshes over here. Enter. M. Okay. The O sound. Okay. There's the O sound. SH sound. Okay. The SH sound. The TH sound. The F sound. Enter. The AW sound. AW. Great. Cancel. There we go. That was the EE. Okay, now I'm done with these guys, so I can just close them. Okay, right click, close, 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 right click, close, right click, close, right close, right click, close. Okay, now I have my morphs. That's where everybody's going to go into, and all the meshes are overlapping. I'm going to save the FBX. Great. All right, and now we have our starting point for creating all these morph maps. Now, polygon mode. Here we go. I can just center them. I want to center all these on the origin. So that all the morph maps are local. Okay, nothing in morphs yet. The idle animation, and I'm not thinking this guy made it. Here, let me re-import him. So this is the I sound. Drag him over here. Cancel. Okay. He's still there. Bring him into here. Okay. Becomes the mesh. I close this. Okay. Center. Okay, now we've got everybody. He must have snuck in there. Idle and good. Okay, now let's bring the idle animation into our morphs. Great. And under lists, I'm going to create a morph map called idle for when it's not talking. Great. Save it. And then I just need to make morph maps for each of these different sounds. So this is a new map. Call it I. There we go. And now I want this morph to behave like this other morph over here. So I'm going to hide everything else. Here we go. Okay. And I'm going to do a couple things here. So wireframe, I'll set this to like 20%. Okay, that way when another animation is idle. Okay, actually I'm done with the DOS window here, so I'll just maximize this, and then I'll be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. Is that really the idle? Because I think idle should be his mouth is closed. I'm going to re-import that guy. Okay, so these are the different sounds. M, O, S, H, T, H, F, A, E, and I. Cool. And I'll just add a new mesh for the M sound. Actually, I was dragging it in here. Okay, so... Oh, I needed the new idle. Okay, so I'm going to drag the idle over here. Great. Drag and drop the mesh into here. Okay. Yeah, that's idle. And make sure his thing is centered. I go full screen and I'm done with the thing. Okay, save it. Okay, now I'm ready for the step where I create morphs for all these meshes that I've imported. All right, so we're all starting with the idle. So that goes right into the morphs. And just to make sure that that's the only thing that's in there, there we go. Okay, I'll delete that, delete that. Okay, new map here, and I'll call this one idle. Save it. Okay, so that's our idle animation. That's our idle morph map. And now I'm going to create the other morph maps. I'm pretty much done with idle. Okay, now I'm ready for like the I sound, which is this morph map. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back in here. Go to here. So I'm on the morph which has the idle pose. And I want to make a new morph map. So this will be I. Okay, but right now it's got the idle pose. And I'm going to use this cool tool called the Vertex Map Background Morph tool. Click in the viewport, bring it up to 100%. 100%. There we go. And now the morph is created. Drop the tool. Spacebar to drop the tool. And now I can switch between the two different morphs. And it's just like it was in Mixamo Fuse. Alright, so I'll set up the same thing for the rest of them. Done with the I. Onto the EE. So click on Morphs. This is always visible. Okay. And it needs a new morph map. New map. This will be the EE. Okay. Okay, now it's back to its idle state. I just used the awesome tool, Vertex Map, Background Morph tool. Click on the viewport. It's already 100%. Spacebar to drop the tool. And that pose is done. Then I'll move on to the next one. So AW. There we go. A new map, AW. As in the idle pose. Vertex Map, Background Morph tool. Click. And now he has 100% on the AW pose. Spacebar to drop the tool. Hide that. Bring on the next one. Okay, F. Create a new map for F. Okay. It's back in the idle pose. Vertex Map, Background Morph. Click in the viewport. Spacebar to drop the tool. Alright. And there's TH. Make a new map for TH. Okay. Vertex Map, Background Morph tool. Click in the viewport. Spacebar to drop the tool. Awesome. Okay, done with that one. Now for SH. New map SH. Okay. Vertex Map, Background Morph tool. Click in the viewport. Spacebar to drop the tool. Done with that one. And then the OO sound. Must be alphabetizing them. There's OO. Yep. OO's shown. Vertex Map. Background Morph tool. Click in the viewport. Drop the tool with the spacebar. And there's just the M sound left. Scroll down. New map. M. Okay. Vertex Map. Background Morph tool. Click in the viewport. Set 100%. Spacebar, drop the tool. Save it. And now I can get rid of all these OBJ files that I brought in because I've already created the morphs for them. Okay, save that. And let's add some more space for this. Okay, and here's all the different morph maps. So E, F, I, the idle, M, O, SH, and TH. And something I couldn't do before that I can do in Modo now is go inside his mouth. There we go. Set an object. There we go. The tongue. But I could adjust the tongue to be kind of where it needs to be for the different sounds, which that wasn't one of the sliders available in Mix Mode yet. And that could be part of the morph map. But I'll do that another time. Okay, so now that the morph maps are in here, I can just save it. And we've already saved our head FBX, and that's already in Unity. So I can hop over to Unity. And here's our head object. And I can bring this to the scene. Here we go. There's the head. And if we expand it and go to Morphs, there's our morph. And it's got a skinned mesh renderer. Okay. Is that the right head? Yeah, because it's called Morphs. Alright, maybe go back over here and call this mesh. Save that. Maybe it needs to detect mesh. Oh, you know what? It's collapsed. Woo! Okay. Okay, so expand that, and here's all the different blend shapes that we set up. So, can I unlock it? Click away. Okay, focus on this guy. Guess that's how it... Okay, so there he is. And now these are blend shapes, so I can use the blend shape sliders to turn these on and off. So 100% being 100%, you can do 1,000, 200. I guess it's clamped, but the inspector doesn't really clamp it. So I can go above 100 and nothing happens, or if it's negative, it essentially counts it as 0. Cool. So you can affect these in the inspector, or do it through script by using set blend shape in the API. Ah, sweet. And now, in the next video, I'll set up a script that will dynamically adjust these depending on the word that's detected. And then we can have smooth transitions between the different blend shapes. Versus like the script, which just switching objects is like going from 100% to 0, but we can use time to lerp these values to switch between poses. And you can mix and match. Okay, so you could have like partially a F and a you can add them together. Not that you'd want to, but you can, like, if you want to lerp out of one shape and then do another, you can get more dynamic talking expressions in your facial expressions. Alright, so stay tuned for the next video. I'll set up a script that will blend these blend shapes, and that'll be connected to the word detection input. And stay tuned. Alright, thanks for watching.